Hey, babe.
Yeah?
You busy?
No, what's up?
Well, I found this game. I thought maybe we could,
What's it about?
What? The game. The game is about, well, there's these two really big, important features that I thought we could enjoy together.
Sounds fun.
Yeah. Yeah, it does.
Dragon's Crown for the PlayStation 3 and PS Vita is a richly detailed side-scrolling fantasy brawler with a lot of classic arcade charm. Choosing from 6 hero archetypes, you set out on a journey to thwart a mysterious coven bent on using the game's titular treasure to wreak havoc on the kingdom of Hydaelyn. Each would-be hero has a unique selection of abilities and usable weapons, accessories, and armor, all of which are obtained entirely through plumbing the infested depths of Hydaelyn's countryside. The reasons you'll visit these dungeons come from the game's fairly rote high fantasy storyline and side quests that largely exist to provide opportunities to earn experience and levels. Gaining levels and completing quests yields skill points, which are spent on class-specific and general talents and abilities. Dungeons remain static between playthroughs, helpful if you're attempting to track down a specific door that was previously blocked or to complete a specific mission objective. Problematic if you're looking for a little more variety or randomization. Cooperative play is achieved through multiplayer matchmaking or locally with AI-controlled characters or real human beings. Attacks are assigned to 2 buttons, one of which results in a powerful attack that usually results in the loss of your equipped weapon. The other is used in conjunction with directions on the left joystick and the jump button to unleash a flurry of combo and special attacks. It is possible to simply mash your way through almost every battle, but the combo system is deep enough to reward thoughtful and more considered play. Visually, Dragon's Crown draws a direct line to the classics of the genre it emulates, except this time everything actually looks just like the gorgeous cover art. To say nothing of the at times overbearingly sexualized imagery in the game, every nook, cranny, creature, and character is rendered in amazing two-dimensional detail. It's gorgeous every step of the way and is backed by a pleasant and at times downright beautiful soundtrack. Dragon's Crown has its heart and soul rooted deeply in the bygone days of titles like Golden Axe, Streets of Rage, and the Dungeons & Dragons series from Capcom, but is the unique mix of highly detailed art, lush music, fighter-esque combat system, and loot-based gameplay enough to provide a lasting and enjoyable local cooperative experience.
So actually this time we're taking a look at Dragon's Crown, which is a side-scrolling beat-em-up for the PS3 and the PS Vita. Dragon's Crown, as I just said, is a side-scrolling beat-em-up, very much in the kind of the old arcade style of beat-em-up games, like Golden Axe, Double Dragon. Tries to add a few twists to the control scheme that I found kind of reminiscent of almost like a fighting game. How'd you find all that?
Not great.
Yeah.
I found that, honestly, I didn't think the combos always worked. Like, I felt like I would try to do them, like, in the middle of, like, a big fight, and sometimes they would work and sometimes they wouldn't.
But it is also completely valid to just mash everything and spin the stick wildly, because a lot of the combinations or a lot of the moves are a direction plus a button. So you can just kind of, you know, wheel the stick and slam the buttons and you're doing incredibly cool things. And the way that they handle, mechanically, the way they handle local co-op is exceedingly poor. It's very clear that the game was designed for online multiplayer, which doesn't unlock until you've completed the game in its entirety once. And we didn't do that because, quite frankly, we didn't stick around till the end. But locally, the problem is that the game makes you do everything twice. You have to accept quests twice. You have to sell your goods twice. You have to buy your stuff twice.
It was repetitive beyond belief.
Yeah, the side quests. We went on a side quest, completed it, and only I got credit because you didn't go through the hassle of going into the room, going through like 9 or 10 button presses to accept the same quest. It's just incredibly fumbly for local co-op. It's clear that they didn't put a lot of thought into it, and that's fine. That's the game that they made. But for us, for sitting together on a couch, 3 hours into it, we were just like, we should just play Diablo
Yeah,
instead.
absolutely.
It handles this much better.
Voila! You saved a village girl. You must protect her now.
Dragon's Crown has multiple heroes.
Yeah.
Each with their own strengths and weaknesses and fighting styles. So that would lend itself to us having individual roles in the game.
Yes.
You would think.
Yeah.
For me, as far as the player roles were concerned, was who's on the left side of the screen and who's on the right.
Yeah.
And really that doesn't matter anyway, so long as things are dying.
Yeah.
It's just like chaotic, and no one's really doing anything
special to them. Not at all. And the extra characters that they tag onto you.
Yeah.
Half the time they were making things far worse.
Yeah, they're distracting.
We had the witch that one time, and she was lighting everything on fire, and that was killing us.
She kept lighting the barrels of oil on fire rather than not doing that.
And while her spells were quite effective sometimes, they often caused more harm. And the fact that you couldn't get rid of her, you could not stop her from tagging along, was frustrating. You couldn't do anything because once you let go of one character tag along, it just gave you another.
Right.
It was like forced.
We tried to banish one and she left and they gave us another. Now, someone might be watching this and going, "You're idiots, there's an easy way to turn them off."
Yeah.
There very well may be. I couldn't figure it out.
No.
Shame on me. Shame on us for not figuring that out. But I don't fancy myself an idiot.
No.
If it's that hard to turn off the co-op part or the computer AI partners, it shouldn't be.
No.
But again, I think that just plays into their desire for it to be a multiplayer game, wherein you are constantly with other human players up to 4 all of the time.
You step into the enemy kitchen. A corpulent chef grabs a goblin instead of meat and suddenly stops. The cook, sensing.
So we're not real hot on this game.
No.
But the game itself, the game that they made, the presentation and the graphics and everything, what do you think of it?
I think it looks gorgeous.
Yeah, it's amazing.
It has amazing colors. The design is great.
It's beautiful.
It has a very storybook feeling to it.
Yeah, especially that world map.
Yes.
With the different layers.
I could watch that.
Yeah,
I
just like spinning that thing around. Yeah. Some of the music is actually really enjoyable.
Yes.
Some of it is kind of passable, and it just is.
Yeah.
It just is.
Yeah.
Some of it's very beautiful. A lot of the town music is really nice.
Yeah.
The art is gorgeous. Everything has that super thick, powerful, lathered on, heavy look. And it's all in that, it's all in high def, and it looks like a painting come to life. And of course, the overabundance of breasts.
Yeah, it was a little much.
What do you need?
Boobs.
So after all of this, it looks great, plays not so great, doesn't really make the local co-op thing so fun or easy. Does the game co-op?
Not very well. You spend more time being frustrated than having fun. So
I would say not locally. There's just something to the pace of Dragon's Crown that is sort of choppy and herky-jerky that you're just like, I just want to get in and hit buttons and kill monsters and get tons of cool stuff. And every 10 minutes you're making me go through menus and menus and menus, and
it really prevents you from becoming immersed.
Not the greatest local co-op experience.
Unfortunately.
The game can be had for not a lot of money though, and I think if you're just interested in it and you think you get something out of it, I would still say it's a game worth owning, only because it's something very special in this day and age where you have a game came out in 2013. In 2013, that is a side-scrolling arcade fantasy beat 'em up with that kind of art and that kind of production value put into it. I think it is still something worth owning and putting on a shelf for that reason alone.
Oh yeah.
Just might not be something you break out to play with your buddies or your wife or your husband or whomever. So That's Dragon's Crown.
Yeah.
Check it out. Thanks, guys.
Thank you. Right. Toe tech. This isn't even a real spear.